Good morning, mates. Welcome to your own channel. This is episode 4 of HTML3 course. Let's get started. Today we're going to talk about HTML paragraphs. The HTML element defines a paragraph, and the paragraph always starts on a new line. And browsers automatically add some white spaces that name margin before and after paragraph. It's good to know what is margin for CSS. Okay, but we should open it in live server first, which I did already. Okay, as you can see, there is a white space here, and right from the top. And it's done automatically by the browser. So it's good to know what margin is, this white spaces. And what about HTML display? Oops, I just dropped it. Never mind. You can't be sure how HTML will be displayed because large or small screens and resized windows will create different results. For example, let's change the size of a screen here. You see, the lines get complicated. You see, if I change it again, okay, it's too small and it shows in a single line, but in a larger screen it's different, so we can't actually be sure. With HTML, you can't change the display by just adding extra spaces or extra lines in your HTML code. For example, you see, this is the for example, my screen display. Let's add some spaces here in our HTML code. Okay, I want my paragraph to be displayed exactly like this in 3 separated lines. But as you can see, this won't happen because the browser will automatically remove any extra spaces and lines when the page is displayed. So what is the solution? Actually, there's a couple of solutions. For example, we can use HTML horizontal rules. The HR tag defines a thematic break in an HTML page and is most often displayed as a horizontal rule. The HR element is used to separate contents or define a change in an HTML page. Let's see how it displays. As you can see, these 2 lines are separated by a visible bold gray line, which name is HR tag, and it's useful to separate, for example, different contents, okay, that we want in one paragraph. But I have a single content and they are, I don't want them to be separated. We can use BR tag, and the BR tag just edit our paragraph as we want to and give us what enter do. Okay, let's give another BR. Okay, we have 2 enters here. Okay, what about 3 BR? As you can see, yeah, 3 line spaces. Okay, and HR and BR tag are MP tag, which means that is no end tag for them. As you can see, for example, body, HTML, P tag, they all have beginning tag and ending tag, but BR and HR are MP tag. That means that is no end tag for them. And the BR actually is the HTML element that defines a line break, and we use BR if we want a line break for a new line without starting a new paragraph. Okay, let's assume I am a poet. Let's write a poem. My bunny lies over the ocean. Okay, I'm gonna copy that. My bunny lies over the sea. Okay, my bunny lies over the ocean. I'll bring my bunny back to me. Okay. Let's see how this poem will display. Oh, as you can see, this poem displays on a single line, which I don't want this. What's the solution? The solution is the HTML pre element. Let's test it. I want to change p tag to pre tag. Okay, let's see the result. As you can see, the HTML pre element that defines pre-formatted text used for this. The text inside a pre element is displayed in a fixed width font, is usually a Courier, I think. This font. Yeah. It displays in this font, and it preserves both spaces and line breaks. For example, I want to add a couple of spaces here or whatever. It displays on our screen. Okay, I don't have to add BR or HR. For example, I want spaces here. Let's see the result. Yeah, the space displays on our screen. So this is the use of pre-tag. We can also change the font. Okay, let's talk about this. I want to delete them all. Okay, let's talk a bit about HTML styles. The HTML style attribute is used to add styles to an element, such as color, font size, and more. Setting the style of an HTML element can be done with the style attribute, like lang attribute, like src attribute in img tag, like alt attribute in img tag, like vid, high, all of them in img tag, and or href attribute in a tag. Okay, style is another attribute that we use for changing color, font size, and others. Okay. The HTML style attribute has this following syntax. We have our tag name here, and let's give it an attribute, which name is style, and style attribute has a property, and this property has a value which ends semicolon. The property is a CSS property, and the value is also a CSS value. Okay, let's comment this and see the examples. I want to change the background color. The CSS background color property, defines the background color for an HTML element. For example, I want to change the whole background of my web page. So we should do it in our body because, as you know, the web page, the whole web page will display in body. So I want to change the body's background to change the whole web page's background. Let's give it a style attribute, and as you know, it should have had property. Our property here is background color, okay, which it has a value. I want it to be, for example, this color. Let's see the result. Okay, as you can see, the whole background changed. Okay, it's this simple. And let's try this attribute for changing the background of, for example, two different elements. H1. This is my heading. Okay, as you can see, the default background for this heading, which is a block line, is the default background of our web page, but we can change it. Let's change the background color. So give it a style attribute, background color, and want it to be, for example, this color. Okay, as you can see, the background color of H1 element has been changed. Let's try it for P tag. Okay. Lorem, for example, 5, and let's give it a style attribute first. Background color. I want it to be aqua. Okay. As you can see, the background color of our P element also changed. So, what about changing the text color? As you can see, the default text color is black. I want to change it. I want to change the default text color of my H1 and P. Actually, there is two ways to do this. Okay, we can add our property exactly after the previous property. For example, we have two properties. I want to change background color and also the text color. Okay, we can exactly add it after the ending of the previous property. So exactly after that, I'm gonna type color, which is the CSS color property that defines the text color for an HTML element. So color is equal to, for example, white. Okay. I'm sorry. I should write it here in the semicolon. Alright, let's have another H1. I want to change the text color. Okay, it's default black, but I want it, for example, to be red. Let's give it the color property, which is the CSS property that defines the text color for an HTML element. Okay, I want it to be red. Let's see the result. As you can see, our text color changed to red. Okay. Um, we can also change the font. The CSS font family property defines the font to be used for an HTML element. You can see the default font is this, but we can change it. Let's have another H1. Okay, give it a style attribute first, and you should use font family property and give it another font. For example, I want the font Verdana. Okay, let's see the result. Okay, these H1 fonts have been changed. Okay, we can change the whole font family of our website, give it to body, or we can change only specific element. Also can change the text size. You can see our H1 or our P tag has also default text size. We can change it. The CSS font size property defines the text size for an HTML element. Okay, I want to comment them all to have a clear okay. Let's have a new H1 lorem 6, and you can see the default font size is this, but we can change it. Let's give it style attribute and the font size property. Okay, for example, we can give it pixels, or we can give it percent. For example, I want it to be this. Let's see the result. Okay, bigger. I want this to be this, much bigger, or this, smaller, as you can see, or let's simply give it pixels. For example, I want my font size to be 100 pixels. Okay, you can see 100 pixel font size. Or for example, I want my font size to be 50 pixels. Yeah, this is my 50 pixels font size. Okay, so I've learned a style attribute. Let's now another property for style attribute, which is text alignment. As you can see, the default of English text alignment starts from the left to right. Okay, but for example, I have a heading and I want it to be placed center, in the center of my web page. What should I do? I should use the CSS text align property that defines the horizontal text alignment for an HTML element. Let's have another H1 lorem 6, give it a style attribute and text align. Okay, as you can see, there are suggestions: center and right, left, start, justify. Okay, I want it to be center. Let's see. Oh, you can see this H1 placed in center. Okay, so these are the uses of style attribute, but guys, don't rush in. I just told this because we don't know CSS yet. When you learn CSS, we don't use this style attribute in HTML. We can do it all so simply with CSS. So it's just good to know them, but there is a really more proper way to change, for example, font size, text alignment, and background color with CSS. So I hope this session would be so useful for you. Please follow, subscribe me, and like this video, and ask your questions in comments or email me. Have a really, really nice day. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.